That came from a favorite color, attachment to Africa. There was a tune out by Alice Coltrane. I was into jazz, and she had a tune called Blue Nile, and it just all seemed to flow, you know. But Africa was the connection, and it just had a nice flow to it. And you can't have herbs without water, so rivers of life, herbs of life. The store actually opened retail in '77, sometime in '77.
Walk into the Blue Nile, you might be greeted with fragrances, music, vibration, other customers or people in the store who have ideas and thoughts.
I like Blue Nile because it's all organic, and where else could I get alfalfa and horsetail tea and all of the other wonderful things that I get from Blue Nile.
I see young people growing within their health, and I would say a great portion of that growth comes from modern technology. The accessibility to the world now. The world has become smaller in terms of information. And I believe also people are seeing a lot of their associates or friends or relatives with health challenges. And so they, want to do something different with their life. Serving the community, and the community within the tri-state area and the world. People come here from all over the world.
Providing information for health for the customers. Their quest for health has sustained the store.
Spiritual health, some mental health, some physical health, some emotional health. Information for a lot of us was lost through the breakdown of the family. There was a time that the elders passed it on. People migrated from different areas, and there was someone in the community, whether it's the south or the north, who had this information. And they took you out into the bush, the woods, and you were apprentice, and so they passed it on. In this area, there were various herbs that I became familiar with from my elders: sassafras, red clover, dandelion, white oak bark. People use garlic. They use mutton tallow, which comes from lamb. They used lemon juice, honey, and many more different items. But this is all we had, because black folks did not have the luxury of going to the hospitals. We come from a dysfunctional country, and they saw us in one light, so we had to depend on ourselves.
Being in the military, there were people from California who were doing some vegetarian things, and it just reached my ear. And then as I got back to Washington, after I got out of the military, along, I guess you say, with revolutionary social thought, vegetarianism was in that. Historically, there was some herb shops and health food stores in D.C. before I got to this. I came in through this through a door of fragrances, making incense and oil wholesale. So when those herb stores went away, I still thought there should be an herb store in DC, so that's when we started. Since we had the space for wholesale, we just took the wholesale to the rear and put the herbs up here to begin with.
One-stop shop, basically, for herbals and things that can benefit you, like just natural things from the earth, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, because it's hard to have a nice farm up here, tropical type of farm, so. And when you come to the Blue Nile, basically you can take care of everything you need in one stop, you know what I'm saying? And it's low price, and it's good, friendly people, and it's good music, and good people. Everybody's happy.
I think when I was a youth, I used to see a pharmacist, in the store. CVS was then People's Drug Store. So the only black people I saw in any position that looked official, honorable, prideful, was pharmacists. So when they asked us what do we want to do in high school, I put pharmacists. I didn't have any idea how I was going to get to that, But then, of course, there's Howard. But it came in a different way through tradition. So there was a shrine here in Washington called ACRS, African Cultural and Religious Society, headed by Nana Kwabena. And in that, I was a part at one time. And in that, I was, one of the assignments being in that was herbs for patients who came. A lot of seeds were planted in that in terms of seeds of how to affirm things, seeds of how to envision things that you wanted.
We have to also love ourselves and be open to change. And once we are open to change, then we spiritually can draw to us what we need. But we have to stop sometime and be still and listen to that God within inside of us, the creative force.